The Ridge wallet is a slim but strong metal wallet that's made for people who don't want to carry a bulky traditional fold. And recently they released the Ridge Lite, a smaller, more minimal version. It's simple and slim, although it may not be your everyday carry. There are certain situations and specific circumstances where this is going to be how you want to carry your money. So here's who the Ridge Lite is for and whether or not that's you. Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter with my review of the Ridge Lite. Let's start with the unboxing experience. Although this is a lighter version of the Ridge wallet, I like that Ridge haven't cut corners with the packaging or the feel of the box and materials the Lite comes with. We've got our box cover for the lavender version, but this Lite has several colors to choose from, like carbon fiber, gunmetal, and matte olive. Based on the Ridge wallet, I'm guessing that Ridge will continue to add color and plate options for the Lite, especially since it seems like they're using the same material, just cut in a different shape. This lavender is a matte finish and a very light purple under bright conditions, and a little more pink when it's not in direct sun or indoor light. The Lite also has a shiny silver interior, unlike the solid black of most Ridge wallets, and I like this lighter look. It goes well with the lavender, and on the other color plates, it just pops more. I also like the contrast it makes with the black elastic band around the silver. Back to the box for a second, Ridge include a logo sticker, marketing card, and a screwdriver for the 8 screws that are around the Lite. Ridge also throw in a few extra screws in case you lose one, and the main purpose of those is to change the plate covers if you want to update the look of your wallet. There's also an extra elastic band you can use as a minimal, if not somewhat awkward, cash strap. Unlike the larger Ridge though, there's no money clip for the Lite, but you can use the elastic band to hold a few bills on the outside. Ridge also sell an AirTag accessory you can screw onto the Lite if you want to be able to track it. Speaking of screws, the Lite has 8 of them, 4 on the front and 4 on the back, a few less than the total 14 of the regular Ridge wallet. It's made of aluminum and measures 46 by 54 by 6.6 millimeters. Compared to the Ridge wallet, the Lite is about half the length, the same height, and 0.6 millimeters thicker for some reason, not that I think you'll notice. Not surprisingly, the Lite is lighter than a Ridge wallet, weighing about 31 grams versus 57 of the larger version. A lot like the basic design of the Ridge wallet, the Lite has an elastic strap that goes around both sides to keep the 2 aluminum panels together and stretches to hold 1 to 8 cards. There's no finger cutout like on the larger Ridge wallet because you wouldn't need one with this design, and you can just see your cards sitting out like this. Your cards will fit nicely into the Ridge Lite. The bands are just about the right thickness, but unlike the larger version, it's a bit harder to get to the cards in the middle. If you're going to be regularly carrying 4 or more cards, you'll just have to get used to sprawling them out this way to get to the interior cards and keeping your most used cards in the front and in the back. And you can see how your cards stick out of the top and the bottom of the Lite, which means you don't get RFID blocking like you do on the larger Ridge wallet since your cards are partially exposed. The RFID blocking feature is nice to have, but probably isn't going to give you much real-world protection. RFID skimming attacks, where someone gets very close to you with a specific device to steal your credit card information, is pretty rare. On the flip side, if you have a Metro card or want to use Tap to Pay, not having RFID blocking and the cards partially exposed means you can do that with the Ridge Lite, unlike the Ridge wallet. It also reveals a bit of your card number, expiration date, and maybe your name for bank and credit cards, and if you've got your ID up in front, potentially more information that could be gleaned by someone at a glance. That might be a concern depending on how privacy conscious you are, but also in places where you might want to be more conspicuous, or if you travel frequently, or in places where you just don't want to show off your fanciest card or national identity, you'll just have to remember to keep those cards in the middle and not in the front or back facing. It's also a good idea to keep your credit, bank, or other cards with any magnetic strips facing inward so they don't get scratched up. Overall, I like how the Ridge Lite feels, more so than the Ridge wallet, because both are solid. They're just this solid 2 pieces of metal, but the Ridge wallet is kind of big and bulky, and because it doesn't bend, when it's like in your front pocket, you notice it there, and it kind of feels heavy and a little bit awkward, and when you sit down, it just, you feel this metal thing in your pocket. Anyway, the Ridge Lite just is small enough to where you don't have all of those issues, and it's just a lot more comfortable in the pocket. The Ridge wallet just doesn't feel as minimal as some other slim wallets because of the metal construction, because they are heavy and they don't bend, but the Lite basically gets rid of those 2 issues. There is less metal, still it doesn't bend, but there's just a lot less of it, and of course, because there's less metal, it's a lot lighter too. The Lite feels light, like it should, but it's as solidly built as the larger version. And like the rest of their wallets, the Lite comes with Ridge's lifetime guarantee, which includes replacement parts in the event of failure, or if you lose some of the screws, or if something happens to the inner plates. I'm not sure if a lot of people were asking for a more minimalist, minimal Ridge wallet, but for a slim wallet that's solid with metal, so it's a little bit heavier and doesn't bend at all, I think in this form factor, the Lite, 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 just works a lot better than a traditional Ridge wallet. It's not as heavy in your pocket, like I said, and when you compare it to something like a Trove wallet, another type of slim wallet that's fabric-based, those bend a little bit more in your pocket and they're lighter, so they don't really, you don't notice it as much when when you're just carrying it around. So I think in this form factor, the Lite really just kind of takes away the two issues that I have with the main larger Ridge wallet. The smaller form factor does have some similar limitations of the Ridge wallet, plus a few other trade-offs. Like the larger Ridge wallet, the Lite is missing a place to keep coins, and if you want to carry cash or store random things like receipts, you'll need to use the elastic strap that it comes with, and like I mentioned, that's a bit awkward. For those reasons, I don't think the Lite is going to be an everyday carry for all of you. There are some of you who are just super minimalist and you're going to love this and you're just never going to look back. But for others of you who carry a lot of cash, or maybe you're the kind of person that picks up a lot of random receipts throughout the day, or maybe you go to a lot of business meetings where you're exchanging a lot of cards, or maybe you just have a lot of cards. Maybe you've got like 10 or 12 credit, bank, all sorts of cards that you want to carry. So the Lite in those situations is going to be not ideal for you. You might want to take a look at the larger Ridge wallet. But where the Lite is going to be ideal for a lot of you is in certain specific situations like I mentioned in the beginning. For example, it's a perfect gym wallet, something where you might just need your ID, a gym card, and maybe a bank card. Or perhaps you're running downstairs from your apartment to grab a cup of coffee and just want to keep your ID and a credit card, something that's ultra light where you don't want to bring everything, something you can leave by the door. Those kind of situations, I think the Lite is really, really ideal. So maybe you go for long runs and you don't want to bring your whole wallet and you just want to bring an ID, for example, but you also want to track it. So you just pop on the AirTag accessory on here. So that way, if you lose your wallet or leave it behind somewhere, you can try to find it and recover it. So for those situations, if you go for long runs, if you're outside a lot, if you're going on workouts, just you know who you are. You know those situations where you just don't want to bring your entire wallet. It's just such a pain. It's really heavy. Maybe you have a larger Ridge wallet. You don't want to bring everything with you. For those situations, you could pair this Lite with another Ridge wallet, with the Ridge wallet, the larger sort of standard size, and go with that. Or maybe you've got a folding wallet and you just don't want to leave the traditional folding world, but you want something that's slimmer on some occasions. In those situations, the Lite might be the wallet for you. If you want to learn more about the other Ridge wallets, I'll leave a link to several I've reviewed down in the description below. And if you're looking for something that's more fabric-based, or if you want to compare it to something that's more fabric-based, I'll leave a link to my Trove wallet reviews down there as well. That's my review of the Ridge Lite. I hope this review helps you get an idea of Ridge's latest, more minimal version of their minimal wallet lineup. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. And while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week, and I'll see you in the next video.